Good morning and welcome to the Planning Hearing Officers hearing for December 13th, 2017. My name is Laura Stotler and I'm serving today as Planning Hearing Officer. We have one case and the relevant exhibits are posted on the panel located directly behind me. The agenda, staff reports, and recommendations for today's case can be found on the city's website. A copy of the hearing procedures are available on the counter by the front door next to the agendas, and you'll also find copies of the staff report there as well. Under the provisions of Title 30, Chapter 30.42 of the Glendale Municipal Code, a conditional use permit shall be granted if the four required findings are present. If the evidence presented in the application and at the hearing meets the criteria, then the planning hearing officer can either approve or impose conditions for approval on the case in question. If the findings of fact are not evident, then the request will be denied. Notification of this hearing was accomplished by the use of public notices, which were mailed to property owners and occupants located within 500 feet of the subject property. There was a sign physically posted on the site, and an advertisement was placed in the local newspaper and also posted on the city's website. Hearings will proceed as follows. I'll read a description of the requested entitlement. The case planner will then make a brief overview of the case, give an analysis, and make a recommendation. The applicant will then be asked to come forward stating both name and address and will be asked to present the case within a 15-minute time limit. If you just agree with the staff report, you can just let me know you agree with the staff report findings because there are explicit findings in the staff report. Then others in support of or in opposition to the application and any interested parties will be asked to come forward to speak, stating both name and address, and they will have a 3-minute time limit. Lastly, the applicant will be given the opportunity to make closing comments if desired in response to testimonies given by preceding speakers, and they will have a 5-minute time limit. The hearing will be closed and the case taken under submission. After the hearing, a decision will be prepared in writing and will be in the form of a letter sent to the applicant and to all persons who've responded to the public notice, either by speaking at this meeting or by giving us written comments that include name and address. The date of the decision will be the date appearing on the letter. However, if a decision is made today at this hearing, the decision date will be today's date, and a 15-day appeal period, and these are calendar days, will start from today. Under the appeal provisions of Title 30, Chapter 30.62 of the Glendale Municipal Code, the decision may be appealed to the Planning Commission within 15 days of the date of the decision. Anyone wishing to appeal may obtain forms and brochures on the procedures from the Permit Services Center located in room 101 of this building. If you wish to speak, please write your name and address on one of our speakers' forms. These are the green forms by the door. And please provide them to Brad Collin, and he'll make sure that I have them, and I'll call everybody up to speak who wishes to. I would like to also inform everyone that the official proceedings of the hearing are being recorded as part of the public record. Okay. So if there's anyone wishing to speak, please submit a speaker's request form. I only have one at this time, so if you'd like to speak, please submit the form now. So for the actual case, the first case we have is conditional use permit number PCUP 1725121, located at 111 East Broadway. The applicant is Zhang Bing. It's the Garden Spa. The project is an application for a conditional use permit to allow the operation of a new massage establishment located at 1116 East Broadway, which is a C3 commercial services zone. The project is exempt from a CEQA view as a Class 1 existing facilities exemption pursuant to State CEQA Guidelines Section 15301, because this is a new business within an existing commercial tenancy space, proposing to offer massage services with no added floor area modification to the facade. So I'd like to now ask Mr. Collin to please provide an overview of the case.
Thank you, Ms. Stotler. As mentioned, this is a conditional use permit located at 1116 East Broadway. The property is Zone C3, which is a commercial service zone. The subject massage establishment is located on the northwestern portion of an existing one-story commercial center, addressed as 1114 through 1124 East Broadway. Subject tenant space is about 1,274 square feet and is one of 13 tenant spaces in the building. The commercial center is located on the southwestern corner of East Broadway Avenue and Chevy Chase Drive. There are plans located behind you with a zoning map as well as a location map, site plan, floor plans, and photos of the tenant space. The commercial center is surrounded by commercial uses to the north, which is across Broadway Avenue, west across an alley, and east across Chevy Chase Drive. Properties that are southeast of the subject property are zoned residential multifamily and are developed with multifamily dwellings and a church. The properties to the south are of the commercial center, which is also across an alley, are developed with multifamily buildings that are accessed off of Chevy Chase Drive and East Harvard Drive. No major concerns were received from the various city divisions or departments. Suggested conditions made by the police department and the city attorney's office are included in the draft conditions of approval. Staff believes that all four findings can be made in a positive manner and recommends approval of the subject conditional use permit. Staff would also like to note one correction to the staff report. I believe in there it mentioned that there was no doors at the rear of the tenant space, and there is in fact a door, but there is an alley on the other side, and it has a nice separation between the properties to the west.
Okay.
It acts as a buffer. And then second, staff received one email in support of the conditional use permit and 2 phone calls in support of the subject conditional use permit.
Okay, and I have a copy of the support email from Dan Kachtorian. So I'm just
That's correct.
acknowledging I received that. Okay.
That concludes staff's presentation. I'm available for any questions, and the consultant and the tenant are in audience.
Okay. I did read the staff report, and it looks like all the findings are in order. Everyone was made. So I just want to make that statement. We also didn't have any objections from the police department. So with that, I would like to now ask the applicant to come forward, Ms. Rachel Lee, and you have 15 minutes to present your case or add any comments you'd like to add.
Okay. Should I tell you my findings?
You may go over the findings if you'd like. They are in the staff report. If you agree with those, you can just tell me that, or if there's anything else you'd like to add. And also, do you agree with the conditions of approval?
Yeah, we agree, and my client says then, and we'll be able to comply it.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to add, or?
No, we agree everything you want us to.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
I don't have any other speakers' cards, so if there's anybody else in the audience who'd like to speak. Okay, I see none. Therefore, I am going to close this public hearing, and based on, I'm now closing the public hearing, and I'm able to make the findings outlined in the staff report. I see no opposition. I have agreement with the applicant. So for this item today, the decision date is today. I am now approving this item, which is conditional use permit case number PCUP 1725121. And you would have 15 days for anybody to appeal if they wish to. There are no further items on the agenda. This meeting is now adjourned. Thank you for coming.